This is sports stuff. Betting stuff.
Here we are.
I'm
I don't know why I
I'm
did this. I was
excited.
fixing my hat.
Yeah,
I'm
I
used
was
to
waiting
fixing
to see
my.
like what's he doing.
Well, I'm used to putting my boonies cap on, but
Oh, okay, gotcha.
just to whip out the token talk now. The boonies cap. This the toboggan really heated me up last week, so I think we gotta stay warm.
I agree with you. That's a
Stay
good
warm. If
choice.
it gets too hot, we might go back. Block the rays. But right now, I think we gotta stay warm.
You got to get those thermals on. Keep that heat in.
Yeah.
All right, this is sports stuff. Betting stuff. Today is Thursday, November 9th, and we have a banner day for the show. Banner day. The banner day. We are all above 500 for the season.
Pew,
Good
pew,
stuff.
pew. It
That
really is. I mean, that's like kind of a big deal. And we're like, this isn't like we're all above 500 and it's been 2 weeks. Like,
this is You're this not is wrong. into it.
that's what I mean. I'm proud of us.
We're Yeah, me doing
Yeah.
good. good. We're doing good. Uh, as always, I am your host, the person of this rudderless ship, the original degenerate Muff, followed alongside the Ohio Homer, the Ohio Degenerate, and the capo of the Midwest Crackhouse, Jim, Hello. and the man with the plan, the man up top, the medical degenerate, Alex.
That's me.
Apparently, your change in hat wear has helped your cause.
It did this week.
So we're not going to delay too much today. Again, we will go over the NFL slate, go over last week's best bets, and talk about this week's NFL and college games. FanDuel is our exclusive betting app. FanDuel?
FanDuel.
FanDuel. We're going to duel all the way to the fans, and you can follow us all on the Action app. You can follow me at C McPherson 20. Follow
I'm
me.
at the real medical degenerate. I put my bets in last week.
Proud of you. I am without the, I am Bucketville Butcher. Maybe that was another thing, Alex, that you needed to.
I know. Well, and the funny thing is, I put them in, and it's like now I'm going to look great. Like my verified bets are great. My
Yeah.
percentage great this season.
People are going to ask, like, what happened to the previous 10 weeks?
Well, we don't talk about that.
No, we can because you're doing really well.
That's true. Overall, we could, but
Yeah, which brings
can
us
I
to this.
retroactively put them in?
I don't know. I don't think you can.
No,
I'm
you can.
down that. This is a
No,
big
you
no.
cannot.
All right, we'll get into last week, starting with the winner, the person up top, Alex.
That's me. So last week I had a good week. I went 5-1-1, bringing my overall record to 37-24-2 with a 587 winning percentage. So my lone loss was Notre Dame -3 at Clemson. Clemson obviously went down, and it was Happy Dabo, and we don't like that here. But Happy
No.
Dabo took out Notre Dame. Push was exactly -3. Ole Miss won by exactly 3 points against Texas A&M. And then I hit some wins. So Missouri plus 15.5 at Georgia was a win. Kansas plus 2.5 at Iowa State was a win. Washington -3.5 at USC was a win. The Browns -7.5 versus the Cardinals was a win, and the Eagles -3 versus the Cowboys was a win. So
5-1
good
and 1.
week.
Ooh, buddy. Ooh, buddy. Next, we'll go to Jim. I went 6-3-1, bringing my record to 36-33 and 2 pushes. My overall average of 507. Pretty happy about that. I'll take
Yeah,
that. College, I broke even with the push, even, I guess. Hit that Boston College game, hit it hard, hit it good. Boston College plus 2.5 at Syracuse. Lost the damn Minnesota game. Minnesota -1.5 against Illinois. Real quick, the Big Ten West. I know this is not the show, but what a dumpster fire. Yeah, straight dumpster fire. I lost the Oklahoma State versus Oklahoma. I took Oklahoma -5.5. I would dare say that the Big 12 is the junior dumpster fire.
yeah.
I don't know if you can call them that big of a dumpster fire. I mean, unless you're Texas, it's burning.
Oklahoma State's a good team. That's the problem. They just started. They had a rocky start. Oklahoma is dumpster firing themselves.
All right, whatever. Hit the Rice plus 12.5 against SMU. hit that Bama -3 against LSU. Sad Dabo did not happen, as Alex has mentioned, and I pushed the Ole Miss game. As far as the NFL, perfect, love it. Eagles -3 with the Cowboys. Ravens -5.5 against the Seahawks, and the Chargers -3 at the Jets. We'll take it. Good job, Chargers.
Chargers got the win, and there were no significant injuries that I
I,
remember seeing in that game either.
I was shocking. I mean, Herbert didn't really do a lot, but he didn't have to.
It's true. And finally, I also had a winning week going 4-3, bringing my overall record to 33-29 with a 532 win percentage. I took Air Force to cover -18.5, and Army just said, screw you, we're going to win outright, and just boat raced. Funny that I said boat raced when it's not the Navy involved. Air Force, Army wins outright. Took James Madison to cover 5.5, traveling to Georgia State. That was a win. Iowa Northwestern under 31.5. Probably one of the easiest wins I could have ever asked for. In fact, that game at one point, what did I say? Was it a 15.5 over under in the second half?
Yeah, I was telling somebody about that.
Yeah,
too.
it was dropping.
Hilarious.
Ridiculous.
Michigan -32.5. Hosting Purdue was a last-second loss, a garbage time touchdown. I watched about the last 3 minutes of that game. I was like, let's see what happens. And I should not have been watching.
I actually took that. That wasn't my one parlay as an alternate spread.
Mm-hmm.
So it ended up being like Michigan -28.5. So I covered, but I was like, oh, that sucks because it was like right there. There's that last second cover.
15 seconds, like a 15, 20-yard touchdown pass. I was like, horrible. I took the Patriots to cover 3.5, hosting the Commanders. Commanders won that game outright, and then I ended my NFL slate with 2 wins as the Browns covered 7.5, hosting the Cardinals, and Chargers Jets under 41.5 was a win, adding another victory to the primetime unders column, which has been a very profitable bet throughout the year. All NFL unders have been a profitable bet. Which brings us to our specialty picks, starting with the Mike Allstott Hit Stick Pick of the Week. We get a win, bringing that to 4-6 as the Eagles cover 3, hosting the Boys.
How about them boys?
Next in the Midwest Mobster Risky Pick.
Get out of here.
Another win as Kansas wins outright as a dog, traveling to Iowa State, bringing the Risky Pick to 7-3 for the season.
Very proud of him. Very proud of him.
If there's something that we can do, we can apparently pick
the upset.
We can do it. FanDuel, if you're listening.
FanDuel?
FanDuel. I think FanDuel should have a Sports Stuff with Jim Muff Midwest Mobster Risky Pick.
Yeah.
I agree.
They should be on board with us here.
You don't even do anything. Just put our name on it.
Just put it, just say
normal odds. Just put our name on it.
Just, put it out there once to listen to our podcast. Just once.
Yeah.
That's all we want.
Yeah. That's it.
Don't ask for much.
That's it. And lastly, in the Lolita whale of a parlay. I screwed the pooch on this one, boys.
Yeah.
Alex picked Kansas plus the points. That was a win. Jim picked the Chargers to cover. That was a win. The hit stick pick was a win. I picked the wrong Armed Forces by taking Air Force to cover.
Yeah.
Muff, I didn't want to bring it up, but could you imagine if we all had a winning week, we all had a winning season so far, and we would have hit all of our specialty picks for the week?
I did it, boys. I did it.
That's okay.
I apologize.
That would have been hot.
It would have been hot, but that's okay.
So hot.
That's okay.
It would have been like Hansel. So hot. So hot right now. All right, so that's the week in review, which brings us into this week's NFL game starting on Thursday as the Panthers travel to Chicago to take on the Bears. Bears favored by 3 over under 38.
Who decided this should be a Thursday night game?
I don't think they can flex Thursday games yet.
Who decided before the season this should be a Thursday night game?
No, they can't. They have a dud in there sooner or later.
I don't know about that.
you don't know about all that. Justin Fields is still out for the Bears, so Tyson Bagent is in at quarterback, and this is a Thursday game, and I am going to stay fast to the Thursday credence to stay away, especially in this game.
And but see, even the line made me think twice. I was like, ooh,
yeah,
maybe.
If I honestly, even with Bajan in, I would take the Bears -3 here if you're going to pick something.
But that Thursday crept in.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to, but that would be my pick if I had to pick.
Bajan on a short week, not about that life. Staying away.
Now, wait, before we move on, does that count as a primetime situation? Like,
yes.
So you take the under there, and the percentages are in your favor.
If you're gonna, that's where the percentages lead.
Right. That would be a primetime under.
Okay.
So Thursday, Sunday, Monday Night Football unders.
Gotcha.
Are all included in that. Bring us to Sunday morning football in Frankfurt. I believe that's where they're playing. We have the Colts and the Patriots. Colts favored by 1.5, over under 43.5. The Colts still Gardner Minshew at Dakota back position.
Yeah. I like the Patriots +1.5 here, I think Bill's gonna have his boys ready to travel more than the Colts in Minshew Mania.
Gut feels that way too, buddy. I agree with you on that one. It's all about the travel. I think Bill will have them ready. But like I have a couple Patriot fans in my friend group, and they are very, very low on the Patriots.
It's not even that I'm not high on the Patriots, but I'm not high on the Colts either.
No. I'm talking like they're ready to sell the whole shooting match.
Well, when you experience the whole decade of success,
that's
almost 2 decades of success. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah,
you gotta be ready to rue the day at some point.
That's true.
So, and I haven't heard a lot of Patriots fans whining, but if they did, I'd be like, you need to shut your mouth. Like, come on now.
Yeah, but that's coming from Yinzers. I don't think that, like, you guys calm down.
What?
People are allowed to whine. It's okay, Yinzers.
We would never
blame any coach for any of the issues that are happening with our football team.
Exactly.
Right.
No, it's definitely not Bill. They're just in a downtime, and that's it. It's like, honestly, yeah, they're in a downtime, and they don't look great, but like the last couple of years, they've at least kind of held their own. It's just when you come from that level of success to this level, it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
It is definitely tough, but yeah, I'm staying away.
Yeah, good call.
Sunday, normal time football. First, the 49ers traveling to Duval. Take on the Jaguars. 49ers favored by 3, over under 45.5. With I think 20 to 30% chance of rain. Deebo Samuel still out for the 49ers.
Is Trent he definitely Williams, out?
Yeah, it was a questionable.
Good to know for fantasy purposes.
He was out as of Wednesday.
Okay. I'm just saying for fantasy purposes, that's good to know. Because the last time I was looking at my fantasy lineups, I know I get in trouble for doing this when I'm on the podcast, but he's questionable.
Well, there may have been an update. Who knows?
Thing is about this, right? Both teams coming off a bye. Okay. The weather. So you got to figure it's going to be chance of rain. Do we know what kind of chance of rain here, Muff?
20 to 30%, I believe.
So probably not a rain. It's Florida. So, like, it may drizzle once, but that's about it. Do we know if we're going to have, like, Chase Young back? Or is Chase Young going to be active?
He's not on their injury report. I would assume he's probably going to be active. Is he on any type of snap count? I don't know.
It says that Samuel is set to resume his status as one of San Francisco's top playmakers.
Alex, I'm just telling you what I found on the normal site.
I'm just telling you based on fantasy. That's all. I'm just letting the people know.
Okay. My heart here leans 49ers, and I'm putting on a leaner there.
My heart leans 49ers, but I don't know that I'll bet it. If I had to pick.
I say this is a real test of the old Jaggies, and are they legit? Jags win this one. They're by far ready to go. That's what I'm going to say.
I mean, they're on the hot streak. They had a week off. So did they cool off?
Well, so did the 49ers. I think this is a battle of Wills here. Who got the best rest?
All right, I'm gonna stay away.
Okay, okay.
Alex.
I am going to stay away as well.
All right. Saints at the Vikings. Saints favored by 2.5. 41 is the point line with Vikings, assuming Josh Dobbs is at quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that safe to assume? Like, who else?
The Pastronaut.
Who's the other option? Like,
That's it. I don't know if there is another option. Jaron Hall is out with a concussion, I believe, or at the very least questionable. Yeah, he's questionable with his concussion. TJ Hawkinson is questionable for the Vikes.
he's
KJ
been
Osborne is
questionable
questionable for the
for 3 weeks.
Vikes.
I don't think
Yeah, I don't
Hawkinson's a
know.
big deal.
I don't. I would lean Saints here, but
See, I would go the other way, so I'm staying away.
I don't want any part of this. Who
This
knows what
seems
the
like a
hell's going to happen?
cluster.
I mean, the Vikings defense has been playing better, so I mean that's good for them. But yeah, who knows? Staying away. Titans at the Bucks. Bucks favored by 1.5 over under 38.5 points. Traylon Burks is questionable or doubtful for the Titans, and the Bucks are actually pretty good off right now. Pretty good off with their injury report.
yeah, I mean,
You know what, Alex? Don't say nothing. Don't say a word. Muff, what's your take first? I've noticed that we call the ball, and then Muff gets his take. Let's let Muff go first because this is
okay,
on his list, and I want to know why.
okay.
I'm going to take the Titans plus the points.
Why?
The Bucks have not been playing well overall in my mind. The Titans have a solid defense. I think this is one of those Baker Mayfield gets got games. Will Levis played, I want to say, pretty well against a solid Pittsburgh defense. And I think this is another showout game for Will Levis against a inferior opponent. And I just don't like that the Bucks are favored in this game. I think this is a pick 'em, and I am going to lean onto the side of the Titans.
Does home field advantage matter?
No, not this isn't like they're not traveling across the country.
I would have leaned towards the Bucks. You kind of sway me the other direction with your take there. I'm gonna stay away now because you put doubt in my brain. So, but I think I still, gun to my head, I would have said the Bucks.
Alex?
I don't know. This was one I was very up in the air on because I'm instantly my mind went to the Titans here, but you could make an argument and convince me either way. I think so. I'm going to stay away.
Yeah,
I think I could see
who'd the Bucks play last week?
last week.
Was it the Falcons? I feel like it was the Falcons.
It was the Falcons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if the Falcons offense can put up some numbers there, I feel pretty okay with the the Titans being able to figure it out with Derrick Henry and DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah. And Will Levis and DeAndre Hopkins get along pretty well. So
Yeah. So I am on the Titans plus the points, bringing us to an AFC North matchup as the Browns travel to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. The Ravens -6 over under 38.5.
I lean Browns here.
Oh, why?
Browns plus the points, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. I think it's because the Browns defense is good and the Ravens offense is decent. So when I think about the matchup, but I think the Browns defense is better than the Ravens offense. The Browns have a defense that's really good, and I can see them picking up on the schemes that the Ravens are playing in order to score points.
What, run the ball?
Yeah.
That's their scheme.
Yeah.
Run the ball, throw the ball to Mark
Get
Andrews.
Patrick Ricard out of the equation.
So he doesn't get fined again?
Yeah. For unnecessary.
Yeah. For exactly what Alex just said, and the fact that the Browns' offense has been pedestrian at best, I'm going to actually go with the under in this game. An AFC North matchup, two teams that know each other well. I think points are going to be at a premium, and I'm going to go with the under. I see this being like a 17-14 game.
Good pick.
I don't think it's a bad call.
But I think that's why I lean Browns in the -6 category. I could see it being like a 3 or 4 point game. Yeah.
All right. Jim, thoughts?
I'm staying the hell away because of what Alex said. Like, I think the Ravens should put up 14 points. But then Alex
Win
talked a
by
big
or
game
put up?
about they should win by 14 points. Like, I
Mm.
think it's, but Alex put up a hell of an argument there about the Browns and their defense. And I'm just like, and then you talked about the under, and I'm like, well, maybe not so many points are going to be scored. So now I'm just like, nah, forget it.
Okay. Next, moving on, the Texans at the Bengals. The Bengals now in the thick of the AFC North hunt. Bengals -6.5, over under 47.
I like the Texans here. I'm not going to bet it, but like, I like the Texans here. I don't know why, which scares me. I
You
think I
don't know
Here's
why?
why.
You don't know why?
no.
What did the Texans do last week, Jim?
I have no idea. Honestly, I told you I didn't watch football last week
CJ
on
Stroud had the
Sunday.
most points of any fantasy player.
And had the most, had set like rookie records.
Is that I'm no bullshit? I did not know. I'm not kidding. You're not going to believe me, but I told you before the show. You
And
guys can vouch.
here's why I lean Bengals.
Okay.
How often do you see those rookie performances back to back?
Well, lightning won't strike twice. I get it.
And the Bengals are starting to come into themselves, and it's a touchdown win.
Yep. Jamar
I don't
Chase is
feel.
questionable. T. Higgins questionable.
I
I'd
know.
imagine they both play though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do lean Bengals here.
What is Texas's offensive or defensive line? Like, can they put Joey B on his ass?
Yes. The answer is yes, they can.
Pretty much. I don't think there's any team that we would answer no to this one. But I know what you mean. I know what you're saying. Are they the best in the league? No. Are they serviceable, and could they cause problems? Probably, yeah. But
and this is why both of you need to stay away. There's been way too much discussion.
Yep.
that's a fair point.
Yeah, I agree.
If you talk about it too much, it's probably not worth it. And the last game of the early games with the Packers traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Steelers favored by 3, over under 38.5 points.
I like the Steelers here.
I don't think it's a bad pick.
I like the under.
Yeah, no, I agree with that too. I'm not going to take anything in this game, but if I had to pick, I'd take the Steelers.
So what does that break down to, Muff?
I choose the under all day. Looking about 2017.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think the Packers can score 17. I don't know if the Steelers can score 20. So give me the under.
I'm good with that. I'm not going to put my money on the Steelers. I haven't all year, so
No, I don't
keep that going.
I wouldn't necessarily recommend throwing a bunch of money on it, but if I'm picking there.
Yep. Next in the game that everyone wants to cheer for, the Falcons at the Cardinals. Falcons favored by 1.5, over under 43.5. Will Bijan Robinson do anything in this game? Will he get touches inside the 20? Or Arthur Smith continue to frustrate the world?
I'm going with the Falcons. I think that Arthur Smith hears the cries of the people, and Bijan tears it up.
Right, Kyler Murray slated to come back in this one.
That really means nothing to me when it bodes in the favor of the Cardinals. Kyler Murray has a lot to prove to me before I say anything nice about him.
Yeah, I agree.
Right, this is Kyler Murray. Remember, Kyler, the Cardinals in the first 8 games of the season. This is Cardinal Murray. This is Murray's first game of the season.
Murray.
Cardinal Murray.
Like
Cardinal Murray.
Cardinal Murray.
Kyler Murray, we're gonna have trouble because I just saw a new advertisement for the new Call of Duty game. So is his mind focused? Real? Yeah, no, I really did. It's like Modern Warfare 3 or something. I might have made that part up. But there's definitely was a new one coming out. Or my thought is also maybe he's starting to work again because he needs to save up his money so he can buy it.
Oh yeah, he needs to save his money to buy that. He's like a kid getting his allowance every week.
Yeah, exactly.
So that allowance just happens to be 5 or 6 figures.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want anything to do with this game. I don't even want to watch this game. I just want to see if Kyler Murray gets hurt again. I don't want him to get hurt again, but is he gonna? Very possibly. Then the Cardinals have all the reason in the world to keep losing and draft that quarterback.
Yeah. I'm going to take the
Lion,
Falcons, I think.
you're gonna take the Falcons. You think you're gonna go for it?
Yeah.
Ooh, Alex is gonna go for it, pulling the trigger. Lions at Chargers. Lions favored by 3. 48.5 is the point line. Jim, how do you feel about the Chargers? It's against the Lions. I feel like there's a lot of confliction for you.
I'm riding high off that win. You know what I mean? I want to be like Chargers, but it's Detroit Dan. I'm staying away.
Yeah, I'm staying away too. And this is nothing new, but Detroit Dan drinks like 3 or 4 venti cold brews every morning. The amount of
I believe that.
caffeine that is
I
going
believe
through that
that.
man's veins before probably 9 or 10 a.m. is
He's
enough to
gonna
put
he's gonna
down small
croak.
trucks.
Yeah, he's gonna croak right there on the sideline.
Like, that's just outrageous. I have one. I'm wired. But yeah, I'm staying away from
Yeah.
this. Alex?
I am also staying away. Honestly, if it wasn't for the Chargers' performance against the Jets this week, I'd probably lean Lions pretty heavy.
Right.
But I think that the Chargers look good, and maybe they figured something out, and it's too soon for me to go against them. So
Here we go.
There were some hot spots there.
there
That punt
were. I mean,
return
you
or
really
the
look like a
kickoff
good.
return.
Yep, they look like a good team. So I'm not going to go against them this week.
All right, Giants at Cowboys. The boys favored by 16.5 points with an over-under of 38.5.
I think the Cowboys can do it, but 16.5 is high for my blood.
It's like a 27-10 game.
I just think that's high. Ugh.
I mean, who's a quarterback for the Giants?
Is it puncture lung guy?
He's out.
Then it's DeVito. Right?
Who did Carson Wentz sign with today?
LA?
Did he? There we go. So it's DeVito or somebody else they have on the practice squad.
I'm pretty sure it's DeVito, man.
Yeah. He's going to die.
That's a huge NFL line.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I disagree with it even. I'm just saying you don't see that.
I think DeVito's going to die.
Yeah, Giants undrafted rookie DeVito to start versus Dallas.
Well, and at this point, they're like, why put out someone else who might get hurt? I mean, might as well just
I don't know if they have
guy.
anybody else.
We're going to lose either way. So.
The punter the next on the list, Saquon Barkley, just get back there and
Yeah.
take the snap and run. That's all you got to do, buddy. Yeah, I'm gonna stay away. I want to take the Cowboys because it makes sense, but that's so many points.
That's it.
And the last game of the afternoon slate, the Commanders at the Seahawks. Seahawks favored by 6, over under 45.5. We have a high chance of rain, but it is in Seattle, so I don't think that should be as surprising.
I say so, just like any other day.
The Commanders, obviously, without 2 members of their defensive line coming into this week with Sweat and Young now gone. We still got Sam Howell. Curtis Samuel's questionable at wide receiver. And the Seahawks, I don't think there's anything really new there as far as their injury report.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I don't want to be a part of it. I would lean Seahawks.
That's what I was going to say. Just because if it does rain, I think they're more used to that environment. And
well, it's always raining
running
in
backs
Washington.
Wise, yeah.
Rain
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
LeBron James and CJ Stroud gave a hug at a Rockets game.
Yeah, that's a notification you get.
It's
honestly. So wait, you did.
Welcome to being an Ohio homer. You get a notification when LeBron James.
Hold on. You didn't know that CJ Stroud set records, but you got a notification that LeBron and CJ hugged.
Right.
How are you not aware of the fact that CJ Stroud was breaking records?
Bleacher Report sends me notifications. That's all I got.
I just think it's funny. Like
that is the priorities in the wrong place.
Notification if I ever heard one.
Do you have the button on your phone, Ohio Homer notifications?
Right.
But I'm not even knocking you. I'm just like,
Bleacher Report hit me up with that notification, man.
Oh, good job, Bleacher Report. What does that mean for
I have no.
anything? It means nothing.
He's blessed for the game, I guess.
But
If you
who?
follow the script,
Which is who? Which is blessed?
CJ, he's blessed now.
He's blessed. Oh, maybe we'll go back and make that pick.
I'm thinking about it now.
All right. Then Sunday Night Football, the Jets at the Raiders. The Jets are favored by 1, over under 36.5. I think this is going to be another primetime dud.
I'm leaning on the Jets here.
The Jets.
That defense was solid against the Chargers. I mean, I know the Chargers beat them, but that defense looked stout, and the Raiders have nobody.
Raiders have Josh Jacobs. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they got. I think the Raiders are rejuvenated right now. I mean, Antonio Pierce has got them at least wanting to play football. I don't know if that's going to translate to a win for the Raiders, but I think they're at least motivated.
I still like the Jets. I'm going to take the Jets.
If I have to pick,
Alex, you know what just happened?
What?
Jim just picked Aaron Rodgers.
I picked Zach Wilson.
I don't think anybody's ever said that aside from the Jets in the draft.
And your mom.
Ooh, I was waiting for something. I was waiting for something like that to come out.
That is true. No, I think
the only people that have ever said I choose Zach Wilson, Jim, the Jets, and mothers across the world.
Sorry, Pam.
Randy Love.
If I'm going to say something I never thought I'd say either, since Jim did. I think I agree with Jim.
Wow. I feel like this is staying away for sure now.
Yeah, when Jim and I agree, it's not always great.
Yeah,
no. It's not if we agree, it's if we vehemently agree. Then it's
that time of year too. Like,
yeah, when we start getting rowdy baboon.
Yeah, we're getting close.
Stay away. In Monday Night Football, Broncos at the Bills. Bills favored by 7.5, over to 47.
I like the Bills here too.
I mean, you should. I don't disagree, but the Bills be the Bills right now.
And that whole understat, I'm kind of leaning on that too.
It's every reason to believe that right along with you. I want to be part of this game. Here's what I want to know. Why didn't one of these games get flexed out? Why can't we have this ability now?
You mean the Broncos, Bills, and the Jets, Raiders?
Either.
Yeah.
Just pick one of the two.
I would rather watch the Broncos Bills on Thursday night.
We saw this coming 2 to 3 weeks ago. This was not going to be good matchups.
But what would you flex out? Put the Chargers back in prime time? Like what else? The Cowboys, Giants?
Lions, Chargers, yeah.
But I mean, that's about it. This week's matchups are not great.
The Browns, Ravens. Flex the Browns, Ravens. It's an in-division matchup. 2 good teams.
Yeah, but like the fan bases are just like very centered. You know what I mean? It's like a little chunk of America like those teams.
Don't tell me that neither of those are a better game or not a better game.
You know you're going to bring in Bills Mafia and the whole New York population with the Bills versus Cleveland and the Baltimore area.
Right, I'm just saying a national audience, I think, is more likely to watch Browns Ravens right now.
I don't think so. I really don't.
All right.
At least it's a divisional matchup. I don't actually.
Like, you guys are taking this from the perspective of a football knowledgeable human being. They're trying to reach like mom and pop that don't really watch a lot of football, but will put a football game on because there's nothing else on.
I don't know.
Hey,
I'm just saying we should have done it this week.
People to jump through chairs and tables.
Right, because that's what mom and pop want to watch.
Yeah, maybe. That's how
they want to watch Russ Wilson.
Big buddy.
Huh?
Yeah, Russ Wilson's cute. He's married to that celebrity that they saw in People magazine.
Yeah, because mom and pop are watching Ciara.
And, you know, Hamlin died on the field, so they got that story that they milk in pretty good.
That was last week.
Yeah, that's true.
We got that all out of the way last week. All right.
And you know, moms are watching the Jets game.
Are they now?
They got a shot at looking at Aaron Rodgers, and they got the young buck.
You say wait. So moms.
You just called Aaron Rodgers hot.
Well? Yeah, you did. Way to
He's a
go.
handsome gentleman. He's just batshit crazy.
Wow. Wow. A lot of judgment there. A lot of judgment.
I kind of
You go on an ayahuasca trip and
gonna.
tell me,
I think I'm
Jim.
gonna go with the. I
Tell
agree
me.
with Jim again.
All right. All the more reason you guys should stay away from that Jets game. When things don't go your way, you've been warned.
You're right.
Everything aligns. This isn't me saying it. This is me just regurgitating back to you what you two are doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, that ends the NFL slate for the week, which brings us into college football.
College football breakdown.
Take it away, gents.
Wrong show.
Virginia at Louisville. Louisville favored by 20 and a half, over under 50 and a half. Staying away, staying away. You should probably take Louisville, but Virginia is a sneaky team and has caught a couple teams.
Yeah,
I caught one team in particular.
I think they've beat the spread a couple times, Muff.
Well, they beat a team straight up. That's what we're talking about. That's more what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
I would have taken Louisville last week way quicker than I'd take this.
Yeah. Yep. You're right.
I'm still trying to wrap around how Louisville gets the 11 ranking with. I mean, I get they beat Notre Dame on the downward slide, Duke downward slide, and they lost to Pitt. I just don't know how they get that high. I don't know how they get that high. Like their wins are against teams that are on the down.
That's a good call. I really think they're. I mean, this is again not that show, but I really think they're putting onus on the conference and where you rank inside your conference more.
I was going to say that, to be honest. I mean, I think they move up because there's not other people in the ACC doing much better.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Nothing to write home about on Friday, but Saturday, number 8, Alabama at Kentucky. Bama favored by 10.5, over under 46.5.
I thought about this.
I like the over here.
I have consistently thought Bama was going to poop the bed at some point at one of these games. Consistent. I have looked at this from Ole Miss. I have gone on it on LSU, and they consistently find ways to win. Maybe I just have to cave and admit that Alabama is still a good team, and I think that they take care of business against Kentucky here.
I think you're.
Jim, you yell at me when I go against Alabama too.
I know, but I think you're way too confident here. If that's your reasoning, I don't like it.
Just so you don't get God again, Alex. I don't know if that's sound logic.
Kinda.
Yeah, I'm going to stay away. I would, if anything, I would probably lean towards Kentucky plus the points.
That makes you nervous.
Plus the 10.5 at Kentucky. I think Kentucky's played pretty well at home this year.
Yeah. And the over. I like the over. I think it's going to be a slugfest.
Slugfest, Jim says. Let's just do it real quick. Kentucky at home. Win against Ball State, Eastern Kentucky, Akron, beat Florida 33-14.
I was going to say, I knew they had
lost to Missouri 38-21. So I mean, that's, if you're looking in comparison, I think Bama probably is slightly above Missouri as far as talent.
Mm-hmm.
Lost to Tennessee 33-27. Yeah.
That game's always a different kind of game anyway.
Yeah, I'd still lean Kentucky, but Alex, don't let that deter you.
I don't know. It's a leaner. We'll see. We'll see how I feel about it in the end.
Number 2, Michigan at number 9, Penn State. Michigan favored by 4.5, over under 45.5. Muff, what you think, boss?
I think this is going to be a defensive struggle on both sides of the ball. Give me the under. If Penn State, Ohio State had a low scoring game, I don't know what makes anyone think this is going to be significantly higher scoring than that game. Give me the under. Just give me a straight up slugfest.
Yeah, I would go under here. That's not a bad pick. I wouldn't want to take against the spread either way.
Muff, you said like, I gotta calm myself. I agree that's a defensive slugfest. I'm with you. You think that Michigan's offense is equal to Penn State? Honestly,
I didn't
open
say
and
anything. I didn't
honestly.
say anything about Penn State or Michigan's offense.
Alex, am I wrong here? Did I hear things? Because I'll move on if I did.
He was talking, I think, primarily about the defensive struggle, but I could be.
But he didn't mention nothing about offense.
No,
I wasn't listening enough, but I
it's
didn't
gonna be
remember.
I said it's gonna be a defensive slugfest.
Yes, I did hear that.
I said I compared the line in this game to the Penn State Ohio State game,
I
and
heard that
this is like 10 points higher.
for the over under.
I don't think these teams against each other are worthy of 10 points more than the Ohio State Penn State over under.
I agree with
Where
that.
do you think Michigan's offense is better than Ohio State's offense?
No,
I didn't ask you.
I think
I thought that was a general question. Sorry.
I think they're two different offenses, right?
That's not what I asked. Do you think Michigan's offense is better than Ohio State's?
You're really aggressive about this question, Jim.
I think I think that Michigan's running attack is better than Ohio State's, and I think that if Michigan establishes the run, then their passing attack is more dangerous than Ohio State's passing attack. But if Penn State can bottle the run with five, 6 in the box, then Penn State's going to be able to easily defend the pass of Michigan. The running game is what's going to establish the running game for Michigan is what's going to keep this game within striking distance for Penn State in the fourth quarter.
Okay. Okay, cool. Indiana at Illinois. Illinois minus 6.5. Over under 44.5.
I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah.
I stay away. It's too crazy.
Illinois just won last week.
Yeah, but they're crap.
Who knows? Who knows why? Just so we're clear,
Who knows why?
Illinois can still win the Big Ten West.
Again, crap.
We are still alive with our pick. We realize this.
Can we move on? Dear God. I all of this, I want to go back to Alex and be like, hey, Alex, remember that time you said the SEC was dead? Because, like, the Big Ten looks like shit on half of it. Like, complete dog shit.
There are 3 teams that look in any way impressive in the Big Ten right now.
The Pac-12 eats itself alive. The ACC has 2 teams, maybe.
Florida State.
And then the Big 12 has Texas and Oklahoma. Yeah.
Oklahoma State is 15 now, but yeah.
So, like, the SEC looks real good here at the end.
They're in the mix again, yes.
In the mix.
I don't
They're in the mix.
Yeah, no, I don't think they're like better than any of those conferences, but I don't think they're as bad as they looked starting out.
Okay. Moving on. Texas Tech at number 19, Kansas. Kansas minus 3.5, over under 60.5.
Hit those goalposts and get ready to take them to the lake again. Give me Kansas to cover.
Yeah, I like Kansas here.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad pick. My favorite game, Virginia Tech at Boston College.
Oh, God. Why are we talking about this game? We don't want to talk about Indiana, Illinois. We'll talk about Virginia Tech and Boston College.
Because I have an affliction. A freaking affliction.
Well, go get a T-shirt and wear it to the bar.
I was going to say, not like the T-shirts. No.
I like Boston College here.
It's an illness. You always like Boston College. You're
I really do.
Disease.
I really do.
You like the Catholics. Just say it, Jim.
Isn't that Jesuit? Do I have to claim it as
they're also Jesuit as well.
I like the Jesuits. Different offshoot there. All right. Number 23, Arizona, Colorado. Arizona minus 10.5, over under 55.5. Muff.
When did Arizona get to 23? I mean, we've talked about them. I've said they're like this.
You've talked about them for like 4 or 5 weeks.
They're like this really sneaky team, and they somehow got into the top 25 under my radar. I don't know how, but
I don't think it's under your radar. You've been toting
no, but getting to the top 25 under my radar.
I agree.
I've been talking about them, but I didn't realize that they were going to get to this point.
I agree with
That's the only reason I tossed this game in here. It has nothing to do with Colorado. It helps for conversation. Don't get me wrong, but like Colorado gets a matchup against another ranked team. Are they going to do anything with it? Probably not.
Here's the thing with this. In my side betting thing I'm doing, I was like, ooh, I'm salivating this game because Muff loves Arizona. I might take this. Dion's due for a win.
Due for something, especially at home.
So,
Gonna
like,
hit
I'm
that theme
staying
music.
away because of that. Like, Dion's due. If not, like, ooh,
The narratives do.
He's at 4-5 right now. He's not gonna get. I mean, if he doesn't win here, he's not gonna be bowl eligible
Yeah.
because
like,
they have 3 games left. Well, I guess technically he could.
I don't think they recover from that point if they lose to Arizona.
Which means Dion's getting fired, according to Jim.
No, I don't know.
You said it'd be a terrible season if they didn't have
It
like a
would be a
winning
terrible
record.
season.
Oh, I don't think it's a good season
It's a
compared to what
terrible
he hyped
season.
it up to be. I think that's his problem is he hyped it up. He didn't just say we're going to slowly start turning things around. We had 1 win. If he would have not have been like we're going to be in college football playoffs, it'd be amazing.
His
Which
Louis
I
is
don't know if those words ever came out of his mouth.
I just said that. I'm just exaggerating, but
his Louis is not Louis if he loses this game.
yeah,
So I'm
What
staying
does it
away.
become? What does it become if it's not Louis? Looks like a
Target
step
brand?
down. I think that's a
First of all,
significant. I think
Walmart.
that's a Yukon step down. Like they're around
wow,
500.
Target is Yukon.
Yeah.
Target is or Yukon be like Walmart.
Well, maybe they get to like J.C. Penney status.
Ooh,
Colorado.
that's kind of fancy.
Yeah, but it's not Louis.
We're such a Midwest show. God bless.
JC Penney's kind of fancy. Is that what it was for you, Jim?
That's kind of fancy.
Yeah, I mean, you put Target as like not fancy, but you put it like not at the cellar.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, if I get something from Target, I'm usually like, well, look at this. I bought this Target.
Where's Old Navy fit into this equation?
All right, let's move on before this gets out of hand. UConn at 21, James Madison. JMU is favored 24.5, over under 48.5.
You see what I did there? See what I did here? UConn is trash.
Yeah.
James Madison is on the up. Free JMU. Give me JMU to cover.
Not a bad pick. I ain't mad about that.
UConn seller.
Spread. I don't want to see you fall into the same trap you fell into with Air Force last week.
Yeah, but I think James Madison has at least proven that they can. I mean, this is UConn.
Yeah, that's true.
This isn't like a naval. This isn't an armed forces battle.
Yes, like a rivalry type ish.
Right. This is James Madison playing UConn. I feel at James Madison as well. They have all of the motivation in this game with everything that's going on. They just asked the NCAA to reconsider this two-year bowl ban,
as they should.
Yeah, they're gonna want to come out and put the hammer to it.
Right. And I hate to say this, but our original guys, Coastal, like their fans are causing a fuss about this because Coastal had to go through the same thing.
Yeah.
Weren't eligible. But I gotta say the Coastal people are being a bunch of whiner babies on this. Like they weren't undefeated like JMU is at this point. Like this is a potential program shifting situation for them if they're the highest ranked non-Power 5 conference. Like that is a lot of money.
I do agree with that.
All of that. Like, come on. Like we
gotta make t-shirts like UCF did that one year.
I hope national champions.
I'll buy one.
I'll get one. I'll wear it every episode.
All right. There you have it, folks. This game.
What is this?
Well, this is Jim. Got
New Mexico State.
Jim wants us to know what we feel about this game.
No, shut your face, Muff. How about that? New Mexico State at Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky minus 4.5, over under 56.5. Give me Western Kentucky all day long, please.
Because
they're the Hilltoppers.
Okay. Is this for a work pick?
Yes, it is.
This is the only reason this is in here. So you just stated to your entire work situation that you have no reason that you're backing this aside from they have to be the Hilltoppers.
Hey, Muff, this whole thing that I've been doing, I switched it up 3 weeks ago, and life has been good on the show for me and at work.
What have you been doing?
I put all my work bets as my best bets.
Okay, but why are you picking them?
I like Western Kentucky.
Because?
They're the Hilltoppers. Why do I need more justification for you?
What a betting show we have here, ladies and gentlemen.
Why do we need more justification?
Well, I mean, I get it.
That's why I picked the Falcons.
If Alex has picked up any new listeners this week, which we think that we have, right? Your credibility's just gone out the window.
All I'm saying is that Falcons versus Cardinals, I picked the Falcons because the Falcons a lot tougher than a Cardinal.
Boom. Boom.
Don't listen to these. FanDuel, if you're listening, stop at least for the next 5 minutes. Like go backwards in time.
Handle.
Go backwards.
Handle.
Go backwards in time 2.5 minutes, and then go ahead 2.5 minutes, and then maybe you'll find some good stuff.
I'm up money. It doesn't matter.
You're not up money,
You don't know me.
Jim. 507 winning percentage is not up money.
I bet besides his best bets. All right. Pitt at Syracuse. Pitt -3 over under 37.5. Staying away from this trash.
No, okay. I thought there may be a Syracuse discussion.
I was going to say that would be I would pick Syracuse here, but I'm not going to.
I didn't expect anybody to end up there. I just thought there may be more discussion about it.
No. Minnesota at Purdue. Purdue -1.5 over under 46.5.
I feel like if there's two Big Ten West teams, we should just be taking the under. Because
not a bad idea.
None of the Big Ten West teams have averaged enough points for the Ferentz to keep his job. Like that the entire side of the conference would have been fired under those rules.
That would be an interesting statistic, and that would take me a minute to look up everything. But what's the percentage of over under versus
Big Ten West versus Big Ten West?
Yeah,
I mean that statement is true. All of them.
No, I know about that
20 points. I mean under. If I would take the under. You have to.
I got burned by Minnesota last week.
In fact, I'm adding this to my list.
Good on you, Muff.
Minnesota Purdue under 46.5.
Can't knock you for it.
I don't think it's bad. I just don't want anything to do with this game. Minnesota burned me, and I don't ever trust Purdue. It's at Purdue. It's late in the season. I don't trust it. Purdue always catches that one.
True.
I mean, Purdue's favorite. I don't think they're catching anything.
Do we really think Purdue's worth a shit?
I think they're favored.
No, all right. Thank you. We're spending too much time on this game.
Yeah, Jim, you're the one that didn't want to talk about these games.
Number 13, Utah. Number 5, Washington. Washington -9.5. Over under 51.5.
So hold on, real quick.
Is a starting quarterback?
We just spent time talking about. No, he's out. He's out for the season.
Are we going back to the Cam Rising playing or not playing situation? I thought we clarified.
He's not playing.
I was going to try to put another point in there, and I thought I just restless Jimmy's.
No, we just spent 2 or 3 minutes talking about Minnesota Purdue, and yet we asked him for legitimate breakdown of his Western Kentucky bet, and he said Hilltoppers.
Yeah. What do you got to offer for that one, Muff? Nothing.
You're right. I don't, because it's a game that none of us want to bet aside from you, which is why we ask you why.
And I like the Hilltoppers.
Utah, Washington. I'm going with the over. Washington's defense is not gritty.
You said not gritty?
Not great. Not gritty or great.
Yeah, either.
It was like 100 points in the USC game. Not that USC does. Obviously, USC has a better offense.
I wish Cam Rising was playing, so maybe he would cry on the sideline at the end of this game too.
I'm very mixed emotions about that situation.
Oh wow, we're getting into that now.
It is what it is. Like I'm not going to sit there and like call attention and make fun of the man, but I just don't think that's a good look for NFL scouts.
I don't
That's
think
what I'm more worried about.
It would have been a nice private moment, but I think the fact that they focused the cameras on him for like 30 straight, like truly 30 seconds was a little extensive, probably more. But the point that I listened to in a different podcast was I have personally cried over a college football game. I was young. And when it's a big game, you've been driven to that edge where you're so frustrated. Could you imagine working your entire life for these big games and knowing that when you lost that game, there's now no longer a chance that you make it into that college football playoff? Like you're busting your ass for a defense that sucks. It's just like, I would probably be that emotional too. It just probably wasn't the time and stage to let that guard down, but I don't knock him for that level of emotion. And I'm pretty sure after the game, he said he just wanted to go home and cuddle with his dog and watch his shows. And I was like, that's true.
Time and place. The NFL scouts were not a fan of how he.
That's what I mean. I don't want to like knock him because I don't knock his emotion at all. Like I think it shows that he genuinely is invested. It's just like,
do better.
Well, defense do better for them, I think. I think it's the
Either
bigger.
way, Utah, Washington, I'm taking the over.
I'm staying away from that one.
I'm going to take Washington with the point or giving up the points,
So,
which but pains me because you know how I am with Utah. But
Well, it's not Cam Rising, so
yeah,
well, and the funny thing for me is I know how you are with Utah, and I feel like we've been bickering about you not thinking Washington was very good.
yeah,
we have, and this is like full circle. Jim has taken Washington against a team that he was ready to bet the farm on earlier in the year.
yeah.
Well, that's
Full,
when
full
week one
circle.
he thought Cam Rising was playing, and we're
Full
at week
circle.
9 now, and he still is convinced Cam Rising is coming back.
Week one. Yeah, I think he's playing, guys.
He's
Do you
playing.
remember this?
He's playing.
Yes.
Week one. Is Cam Rising play? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna take him then. And then
Yep.
Cam Rising is yet to play and will not play.
Yeah, yep.
There we go.
Hey, Muff, kiss my ass. All right. Northwestern at Wisconsin. Wisconsin minus 10.5. Over under 42.5.
Should take the under, right?
Yeah, I think
That's
probably
holy
a safe
crap.
bet.
This is like 3 Big Ten West matchups that
Yeah, that should be.
these are all in play. I'm not going to take this one. I'm just going to stick to one of them.
That one. I honestly feel better about than the last
Yeah,
one.
I'm with him on this. I like this better than the other one. Is that it? We're moving on.
Yeah,
Buff looks like he's working on something. So
I said I'm not going to do it. Yeah, I'm not doing it.
I thought maybe we convinced you, which would have been cool.
No.
Yeah, because we
Then
never.
we never convinced you of anything. So I was waiting to see if like
Usually,
that
if we
miracle had
convince him of
happened.
something, it's because we make a point so strongly one way that he changes to the other way.
Right, he goes the other direction.
You two have just
Anti-convinced.
you two being on something so strong as me, like, oh, got to be the other way on this one.
Yeah. Rutgers at Iowa.
Speaking of Big Ten West match,
Iowa minus 1.5. Over under 28.5.
It's pretty high for spread here.
Give me Rutgers.
I can't fault you for that.
Yeah.
I really, when I was looking at these earlier, I was like, oh, this is the over spot.
Oh man,
this is the over spot for Iowa.
Is there a money line dog situation here?
For Rutgers, yes.
But like, is it worth my effort? Because it's the 1.5. You guys have stopped me on that before.
What? Oh yeah,
No.
For your best bet, don't do money line dog.
Yeah, you don't want to risk that for your best bet record, but for if you're putting money down, I mean, I would usually when it's 1.5, I strongly consider doing like my money there because I don't know.
Can you explain to the listeners?
Because it's only 1.5. So you're gonna get a higher odds if they win outright versus if they only lose by 1. So if you're really thinking that Rutgers is going to win this game and that's why you're saying Rutgers, go with the money line. If you're thinking they might lose by 1 still,
right,
go with the spread.
Which this game's, what are they projecting here? Like a 15-14 game somehow?
Yeah.
Right. Iowa to have 5 field goals.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's why I'm kind of leaning towards if I'm going to take this game and I think Rutgers truly, I would probably lean Rutgers money line.
Yeah, I think that
I really wanted to go over. I really just wanted to go over.
You asshole.
I really over. It doesn't conflict with anything you're doing.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you've preached the unders, and this is the one where
it's finally gone to 28.5. I think that's my limit. I think we found the limit.
The limit does exist.
It exists.
Miami, Florida against Florida State.
What was the date? Is it March 4th?
Yeah. No, it's October 3rd.
Okay.
It's my mom's birthday. That's why I remember it.
Miami, Florida, Florida State. Florida State minus 13.5. Over under 50.5.
Wide right.
Ugh.
No,
thank you.
I like Florida State.
I don't think it's a bad pick there.
Not enough to take, but that's what I like.
Florida State at home. I think that's solid.
Yeah. Number 14, Tennessee at number 16, Missouri. Tennessee favored 1.5. Over under 58.5. I think Missouri wins.
Missouri plus 1.5.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
We've got a couple money line dog opportunities this week.
Yeah. Can we parlay them?
I mean, us as a group or you as a person?
That's kind of how we ended up in the risky baboon situation.
Yes.
Alex.
You said we were a week away.
Alex. Alex.
We're a week away.
Ugh.
One more week. That's all I ask you to.
I say we do it, Alex.
If the parlay doesn't hit this week,
we can switch to a risky baboon.
you two can go into the
He's
prison.
not the boss of us. We can do our thing.
He is.
Think about it. Think about it. All right. Cincinnati at
Hilltoppers.
Hey.
It's all I need to say to you.
Part of the risky baboon.
Hilltoppers.
Hilltoppers.
Cincinnati at Houston. Houston minus 2.5, over under 54.5.
I lean Houston here. I almost made it a best bet.
Whoa. You're on Dana's side?
No, but Cincinnati sucks. Houston's at least had some decent games.
So you're on
Don't
Dana's
you have
side.
family in Cincinnati?
Me, Columbus.
Oh.
Yeah, Jim, they're with you. Didn't you know that?
I just thought maybe he was betraying his family for Dana.
No. I don't even. I mean, I still hate Dana. Don't get me wrong. I'm just like, if I'm giving actual sound advice to the listeners, my take on this would be Houston minus 2.5.
Not his family, just his state.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
WVU at 17, Oklahoma. Oklahoma minus 13.5. Over under. You let me finish?
No, I got excited.
Over under 58.5.
I got excited.
I saw that.
What do you have to say, Alex?
If I didn't have a rule where I didn't bet, if I didn't have a rule where I don't bet West Virginia games, I would take WVU plus points.
Why?
So can I bet it and you spot me the money?
No, I'm not doing that. That's way too close.
Still an exchange of funds.
Yes, yeah, no, we're not exchanging funds over the West Virginia game. Because Oklahoma's on the downward skid and WVU is a decent team.
And I don't. Legitimate
and
question.
I'm not even saying WVU wins this game.
Okay.
But I feel confident that there is a solid chance they keep it within 2 touchdowns.
I feel confident there is a solid chance.
Yeah.
So there's
a chance.
There's 100% chance 60% of the time.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's what I was.
Alex, I just want to bring this back to the original point I was making about your conference situation. If WVU beats Oklahoma, the state of the Big Ten is fill in the blank. Or the Big 12. The Big 12
you have Texas. And the thing that would come down to is Texas, unfortunately, probably won't play Oklahoma again, because I was going to say if Texas comes out and mollywops Oklahoma in the Big 12 title game, then you'd be like, okay, clearly Texas, good team.
The state of the Big 12 is...
WVU has strongly outperformed their projections.
Yeah. That's
We're
already bowl eligible.
Yeah.
Texas, it'll be Texas, Oklahoma State, probably. Which Oklahoma State was predicted to be a good team at the beginning of the year.
If WVU beats Oklahoma, the Big 12 sucks.
That means it's competitive.
That's fair that we're going to judge another, all the other 12 teams because of one game. Kansas, Oklahoma State, Texas. Okay, so WVU beats Oklahoma. Let's take that out. So you have Texas, Oklahoma State, Kansas. I mean, you still have some teams that are decent.
I mean,
I'm not saying they're the best conference by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm saying they don't. I mean, I don't think this game, if we beat Oklahoma, I don't think we could say Oklahoma sucks.
Jim, all I have to say is, unfortunately, we have the Big Ten West right now.
Which also sucks. And his original point was the SEC is dead.
What does that have to do? Why are we bringing SEC being dead up with the Big 12?
Because the SEC is the best conference right now.
Still debatable. SEC's doing better in the long run than I expected them to be doing at this point. I already made that point.
All right, moving on. Number 10, Ole Miss at number 1, Georgia. Georgia favored 10.5, over under 58.5.
Ole Miss, Jim.
I know.
I keep messing around and doing this where I'm like, I don't know. Ole Miss could be the one to cover again, to get Georgia. Beat Georgia.
Alex, you doing it?
I don't know. I took the risk on Missouri last week and it worked. Ugh, I don't know. I'm wondering if I'm jinxing it with my betting. Because I really want Georgia to lose. I don't hate Georgia necessarily. I just hate when teams win this many games in a row.
If Georgia loses, it might impact my situation.
I'm the old guy on the porch. They've just won too many games in a row for me, so I want them to lose now. That's really it.
But I love me some Lane.
Wait, hold on. Why don't you cheer against Ohio State, Alex?
Oh, I do regularly. It's not like a new fact. Like that's not like
I want you to openly do it now, since you just said that.
No, I don't openly poke the bear with Jim. I just let it go.
Give me
There
Ole
are
Miss.
occasionally times I want Ohio State to win.
Give me Ole Miss.
Like if they play Notre Dame, usually I kind of want Ohio State to win. Except for that one really, really annoying Ohio State fan at the bar made me want Notre Dame to win.
Wow. It wasn't Jim.
Sure.
Somebody else take over for a second.
All right. 7:30 p.m. slot, we have Florida traveling to LSU, Death Valley, to take on number 18. LSU is favored by 13.5 points with the over-under set at 63.5.
Buddy, give me Go Tigers.
I like that pick.
I just think this is a show-out spot for Daniels at quarterback for LSU at home in prime time. Give me the Tigers to do big things in this game.
Yeah, I do. I think that's a good pick.
Florida sucks, so not a bad pick.
Next, we have number 7 Texas at TCU. Texas favored by 10.5 points. Over under 53.5 points.
I mean, you should want Texas, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think Texas wins this game for sure. I'd lean Texas to be able to cover that. The problem with Texas right now is they have their backup quarterback in, and they're using that what's his name, Malik.
Yeah.
Now I'm blanking. I can just remember his first name with the dreads. He's not great, and that's the only thing that keeps me like from being overly confident about Texas. The rest of the team's good, but
yeah, but we all know that TCU has just, I mean, at least as evidenced by their showing against Colorado, a not so great defense.
Oh yeah, I know. That's what I mean. I think Texas has a good chance to cover here. I'm not going to take them though. 8 p.m. we have Duke at UNC. It's a basketball rivalry. UNC favored by 14.5 points, over under 50.5.
I was more curious how else was to jump on Duke.
I thought about it. I had it
So
as
did
like
I.
a leaner on my list of potentials, but I think I'm off that train for now.
I was with you. I was with you, but
I'm gonna stay. I would go the over if anything.
Yeah,
Basketball season has started. It's time to get points on the board.
I think it's interesting to think that like if Duke was still really good and UNC hadn't lost a couple games, this would be an awesome matchup. Which like it'd be fun, like Duke UNC. Like you don't ever think about them as football rivalry.
Yeah, it would be a fun late season game.
Yeah. All right, and our last game on our college football slate at 10:30 p.m. USC traveling to take on the Ducks of number 6 Oregon. Oregon favored by 14.5, over under 73.5.
Ooh, I'm not going to be up to see it.
No,
but this could be another high scoring affair.
I was thinking that too. This could be an over game too.
This could be a Bo Nix versus Caleb Williams shootout.
Yeah, I agree. Oregon by 14.5 is a little strong for me. Oregon, I think, definitely wins this game by 10.
Yeah. Maybe. Two touchdowns plus is a stretch.
Yeah, but I would go with the over. I think it'll be a shootout back and forth for a little bit, and then Oregon will get one ahead. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
win a possession or two, and similar to what happened with Washington, to be honest.
All right, that brings us to
wraps up our college football.
It does, which brings us into our best bets. Starting with Alex.
I will take Bama. I don't know why I have it the wrong way written. Bama minus 10.5 at Kentucky. I'm going to stick with it. I had a good feeling about it. I'm going to write it out. Kansas minus 3.5 versus Texas Tech. The Utah-Washington over 51.5. Missouri plus 1.5 versus Tennessee. And then in the NFL, I'll go Patriots plus 1.5 versus the Colts, and the Falcons minus 1.5 with the Cardinals.
Alex sticking with that 6-game slate.
Yep. 6 or 7 has been good for me.
Jim continues to challenge the limits of the graphics.
Yeah. Yeah. Alex,
So Jim texted me on Sunday.
I did.
Said, Muff, you forgot to put my Chargers game in the graphic. I said, no, Jim. It's there. It just blends into the background because I couldn't fit all of them into the gray background. And he said, oh okay.
Alex, give me your take on the Michigan Penn State game.
I would not take a spread there.
Yeah, but if you had to.
If I absolutely had to, I'd probably
Alex,
say
don't do this. He just cornered you.
Well, I'm feeling like this is his work pick and he has to pick one or the other. So he's asking my opinion on that.
Is this a work pick, Jim?
Yes.
See, situation. Are you allowed to take it over under?
No, I've said this that he needs to negotiate for next year on that.
Yeah.
So if I have to pick one of those two lines, I probably take Penn State.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Because I wonder about Michigan's like mental stability right now.
Yeah, right.
Dude,
that's what my take.
Really what did I say? Their mental, emotional fortitude,
socio-emotional
fortitude is down right now.
Yeah. All right.
They got the crazy guy out of the locker room. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's still there and he's wearing khakis.
Oh my gosh, here you.
Okay.
What?
He's talking about Harbaugh.
I know he's talking about Harbaugh. So Connor Stallions was not the crazy person in the locker room?
Not the craziest, no.
In Jim's world, no.
Mm-mm.
So it was Harbaugh's manifesto. Stallions just put his name to it. Was it a pen author or a
he's name? He's the fall guy.
Connor Stallions actually doesn't exist.
He's just the fall guy.
Jim Harbaugh's pen name.
All right. So my bets are Rutgers +1.5 at Iowa, Penn State +4.5 against Michigan, Washington -9.5 against Utah, Western Kentucky -4.5 against New Mexico State.
Hilltoppers.
Texas -10.5 against TCU, Ole Miss +10 against Georgia, Kansas -3.5 against Texas Tech. Then give me the Niners -3 at the Jaguars and the Jets -1 at the Raiders.
And if you're looking at the graphic, the Jets -1 at the Raiders is probably something you have to zoom in to see because it is somehow not the graphic.
Do better.
You know what? Jim can do the graphics this week, everybody.
You're right. You're doing fine.
Now that you mention it, you're doing great.
You're so good.
All right. And I have Michigan Penn State under 45.5, Kansas to cover 3.5, hosting Texas Tech. Free JMU to cover 24.5 against the targets of the clothing world, Connecticut. Minnesota, Purdue under 46.5 in the Big West under game of the week, which should be at this point all of them. LSU to cover 13.5, hosting Florida. Titans plus the points, 1.5, traveling to Tampa Bay. Browns, Ravens under 38.5. Packers, Steelers under 38.5. Count them up, boys. That is 4 unders on my card this week. 4
unders. The week that Muff took the under. That's what this week is.
Life is too short to bet the over, but my money's too smart. My money is too smart to bet the over.
Mufunda. It's like a cheese.
I don't know if it's a good cheese. Holy shit.
I'm not sure if we want to go any farther with that. Alex.
Have you ever heard of Mufunda cheese?
Mufunda cheese, I think, takes on a whole different meaning, buddy.
Thank you.
Just want to be clear.
If we're being honest, it's about the same.
All right.
To the specialty picks.
Mother of God.
First off, in the Mike All-Stop Hit Stick Pick of the Week.
Pow, pow, pow.
Well.
Do we have any matchup?
I do not think we have. The three of us. Kansas? Jim, do you have Kansas?
I have Kansas.
Yeah.
Kansas. That might be it then.
Kansas
is -3.5. Hosting Texas Tech in the Mike All-Star Hit Stick Pick of the Week.
I love it.
The Midwest Mobster Risky Pick of the Week.
Get out of here.
Ooh, I think we have a lot of discussion to potentially have.
I know what I'm going to put forth.
Let me hear it, Alex.
Missouri over Tennessee.
Oh.
Now I'm just saying.
Jim has a lot of options in his mind, I think.
That's fine. I'm here for him.
Actually, I think he only has one true one to put up.
I like that. Go with it.
What was this, Alex?
I'm putting forward Missouri over Tennessee.
I can get on board with that. Missouri money line
Talk about
hosts
things. That's just the one I'm putting forward.
hosting. That's it. It's the one.
All right.
And in the
Missouri.
Lolita whale of a parlay, I
Oh.
am banished this week.
I
Are
say we
you?
bring it back, man.
Yeah.
That's up to you two.
Yeah. Let's bring it back. I don't like banishing people.
I'm the last one to pick though.
Yeah, that's true.
So Kansas
Yep.
is automatically in there. And I think Alex gets first pick since Alex had the best record.
I agree.
Okay. I am going to put forth Missouri plus 1.5 versus Tennessee.
I don't like it when we put all our eggs in one basket, but
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that pick, bud.
it's your pick.
It is yours.
The one I feel good about.
Okay, Jim,
Go with it.
Um,
get your Technicolor dream coat out of here.
give me. Oh shit!
Give me some water.
Give me the Jets at the Raiders. Jets -1.
Jim is all in on the handsome ass Aaron Rodgers this week.
All right.
I Minnesota Purdue under 46.5.
Okay. The Northwest pick is gonna get it for you.
It had to be an under for me this week.
That's true. It's your under week. I forgot.
It had to be.
Under week underwear.
You're such a little boy sometimes.
Under weak, under strong underwear.
Yep.
Oy vey.
All right. That brings us to the end of this week's episode of Sports Stuff Betting Stuff. We did have an episode away from the regular show because
Life.
we had people getting hurt sick. Everybody's still alive, but things coming out all orifices of the body. It was a bad weekend for the crew.
Not a good time.
But we are back. We'll be back this Monday as well for the normal show where Nate will join straight off of his sickness. And maybe Sam will tell us why Old Navy is significantly better than Target. And she will give us.
We're giving her quite the platform there. We should probably make her tell her now if she wants to prepare a 3-minute speech about the difference in retail.
And rank the stores.
Yeah, that's
if Louis the top.
I think we need to give her a list and have her rank them.
Yeah, we can't just give her free reign.
That's fair.
Or else we'll be here. It'll be much more than 3 minutes.
I know. I love Sam, but we're gonna have to rein that one in.
Questions for Sam this week, in addition to questions for the boys.
Yes, there you go.
That is it. So I guess that's the homework for the week is bringing the stores that need to be ranked. 3 of them have. Well, Louis is the top, and then Target and Walmart have to be 2 of the rest.
Okay.
Fair. JC Penney as well. Do we put them in there since we talked about them?
Yeah, they're in there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Be sure to follow us at Sports Gym Off on Instagram and Twitter. If you're a new listener, be sure to tail the bets. Like everything. Comment, rate, review, poke, like, tickle.
Get the bell on.
Ding, ding.
At the end of the week, put your 20 on the bar because it's going to be
a payday.